Welcome to Marvelous Gamers. Today we'll be going into an eye-popping journey through the realm of mobile gaming with this special episode where we explore the top 50 graphically impressive Android games that swept us off our feet with their kick-ass graphics. From exploring the landscapes of the Elder Scrolls Blades, to experiencing the rush of high-speed chases in Asphalt 9 Legends and Need for Speed Most Wanted, we've everything covered. But that's just scratching the surface. We've got a lineup that includes the zombie-infested Dead Trigger 2, the super-powered clashes in Injustice Gods Among Us, and the eerie corridors of Never-Ending Nightmare. So, grab some popcorn and let's dive into these visually stunning masterpieces that are redefining the standards of mobile gaming. The Elder Scrolls Blades. Starting strong with the Elder Scrolls Blades, the graphically gorgeous game where the details and characters pop out on your screen. In this game, you're thrown into the Elder Scrolls world, right between Oblivion and Skyrim. Your mission is to rebuild your hometown from ruins. It's a cool mix of adventure and some serious town management. Gameplay-wise, this game is all about that mobile life. You get to swipe and tap your way through battles, which feels pretty slick. It's not your typical Elder Scrolls open-world roam fest, though. It's more straight line, with lots of one-on-one fights and dungeon crawling. You can mix it up with melee, magic or ranged attacks and level up your character to make them even more badass. The graphics in this game are nothing short of gorgeous, living up to Bethesda's claim of console quality. The attention to detail is also remarkable, with textures that bring every scene to life in a vivid and immersive way. What truly sets it apart, though, is the lighting. The way light interacts with particles, especially in the dusty interiors, is a visual treat. This level of detail and quality in the graphics not only enhances the gaming experience, but also sets a high standard for what mobile games can achieve visually. Many have praised the graphically strong mobile twist on the series, but you shouldn't expect the usual Elder Scrolls open-world vibe. PUBG Battlegrounds. Who here isn't aware of PUBG Battlegrounds? It's basically like jumping into your own action movie. Picture this. You and up to 99 others parachute onto an island. It's every player for themselves. You gotta hustle to grab weapons and gear, and the play area keeps shrinking, making things super intense. Gameplay-wise, it's all about staying alive. You start with zilch and have to scavenge for all your stuff. The cool part? You can play in either first-person or third-person view, each giving you a different vibe and strategy edge. Plus, with loot and danger popping up randomly, no two games are ever the same. Now, let's talk about graphics. The game is a visual treat, with its developers pushing the limits to create an incredibly realistic and immersive experience. The level of detail in PUBG is astounding. Imagine rust on abandoned cars, intricate leaf patterns in dense forests, and buildings with a gritty, lived-in look that screams survival drama. The lighting effects deserve a special mention too. The way sunlight filters through the trees or the eerie glow of the moon in a night match adds so much to the atmosphere. It's not just about looking pretty either. These graphics play a huge role in the gameplay. Spotting an enemy in the distance or noticing a sniper's glint can be the difference between winning and losing, and PUBG nails this with its high-resolution textures and detailed environment. All in all, a super good-looking battle royale game that's bound to keep you hooked for hours.
Download free now.
Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile is like the COD universe crashing into your phone. Launched back in 2019. This game totally rocked the mobile world. It's got all the cool stuff from the classic COD games, but made super accessible for mobile play. Think of all your favourite characters, maps and modes from COD, but you can play them anywhere, anytime. Gameplay-wise, it's a total hit. You've got all these modes to jump into: Team Deathmatch, Domination, and the crazy Battle Royale where it's all about being the last one standing out of 100 players. You start off by parachuting onto the map, grabbing weapons and trying to outlast everyone as the map gets smaller and smaller. Oh, and there's a zombie mode too, which is all about surviving waves of the undead. Now let's talk looks. For a game on your phone, this one looks amazing. The environments, the characters, the special effects, they're all super crisp and detailed. It's like having a top-tier shooter game right in your pocket, which definitely didn't cheap out in graphical details. So needless to say, you'll get a full COD experience shrunk down into your phone. From GOT killer gameplay to awesome graphics, the mobile version has got it all. Asphalt 9 Legends. Next up is Asphalt 9 Legends. This game's a total rev-up from its predecessors, launched in 2018. It's like the ultimate racing game for your phone with a bunch of cool new features and a seriously impressive lineup of cars. It's all about the thrill of the race, so you start off with a basic car and work your way up to some seriously sweet rides. The game's got this autopilot mode called Touch Drive, which is great for casual players, but you can still go manual if you're feeling more hands-on. Plus, there's this shockwave nitro thing that gives your car a mega boost. Hey, super fun. Now, the graphics. This game is a total eye-candy fest. First off, the cars are drop-dead gorgeous. We're talking showroom shiny, with reflections so real you'd think you'd reach out and touch them. Each car model is detailed down to the nuts and bolts, making them look just like their real-life counterparts. But it's not just the cars that look amazing. The tracks are something else too. You get to race through all these different locations, from the neon streets of Shanghai to the snowy peaks of the Himalayas. Each place has its own vibe, and the attention to detail is nuts. The way the sunlight glints off the skyscrapers or the snow sparkles under the headlights. It's like a mini vacation in every race. In short, the graphics in Asphalt 9 Legends are a major part of what makes the game so addictive. It's not just about racing, it's about being immersed in a world that looks so good, you almost forget it's just a game. Fortnite. Here comes the Fortnite Battle Royale. This game's like the ultimate mashup of survival, scavenging and building stuff. Dropped onto an island with 99 others, your goal? Well, be the last one standing. You start with nothing, scavenge for gear, and build structures to defend yourself. The catch? Well, the island's safe zone keeps shrinking, thanks to this gnarly storm, pushing players closer for some intense showdowns. The gameplay is super dynamic here. You can go solo or team up. The building part is what sets it apart. You can construct walls, ramps, well, you name it, to get the upper hand. Plus, there are these cool seasonal updates and battle passes that keep adding fresh stuff to the mix. Now, let's talk about the graphics. They're bright, bold, and just pop off the screen. The island is like this huge, colourful playground, with everything from sandy beaches to spooky forests. The character designs, well, they're super quirky and fun. And when the storm closes in, it's all dramatic with lightning and stuff. Really ramps up the tension. So, wrapping it up, Fortnite Battle Royale is a wild build and battle adventure with graphics that are as fun as the gameplay. It's like a party and a battle, all rolled into one. Ark Survival Evolved. Ark Survival Evolved is like a wild mashup of survival adventure and a prehistoric zoo. Stranded on an island filled with dinosaurs and other ancient beasts, your goal here is to survive. You've got to deal with not just the dinos, but also other players who might not be so friendly. The gameplay is super varied. You can go it alone or team up with others in tribes. You're running around on foot or riding dinosaurs, which is pretty epic. You can build bases, tame dinos, and defend yourself with weapons you've crafted. There's also a PvE mode for a more chill experience without player fights. Graphically, well, this game is stunning. The dinosaurs and creatures look incredibly real, and the landscapes are just beautiful. You've got everything from lush jungles to barren deserts, and it all feels alive. The day-night cycle adds to the vibe, making you feel like you're really out there surviving. To sum it up, this one's an intense survival game where you're living in a world of dinosaurs. It's got great gameplay variety and seriously impressive graphics that make you feel like you're a part of this wild, prehistoric world.
Venti, the bard that sits around doing nothing all day?
He was once such a gentle child, now so full of rage and suffering.
Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is this epic action where you're gonna go into the magical world of Teyvat. You play as the Traveler, who's hopping across different nations to find their lost twin. Along the way, you team up with a bunch of cool characters and get tangled in the politics and mysteries of each nation. The gameplay is simply top-notch. You get to switch between characters in your party, each with their own unique skills and elemental magic. There's tons of stuff to do, from exploring the massive open world and tackling challenges to fighting bosses for loot. And yeah, there's a bit of luck involved in unlocking the best characters. Speaking of the graphics now, well, they're straight up gorgeous. It's like entering and playing in an anime world, with stunning landscapes and super detailed characters. The elemental effects during battles are especially awesome. Think big, flashy explosions and cool magic stuff happening all over. Overall, this game takes you on a never-ending adventure in a breathtaking world. It's got the best of both worlds, addictive gameplay and also beautiful graphics, so you definitely keep coming back for more. Garena Free Fire. It's not our first time hearing about Garena Free Fire. This super popular battle royale game is all about survival. Dropped onto an island with 49 others, you gotta scavenge for weapons and gear and fight to be the last one standing. There's also Clash Squad, where teams of 4 battle it out. The game's loaded with a bunch of weapons, items, vehicles and unique characters, each with their own skills. The gameplay is super intense. You're running around in the third person, jumping, crawling and using cover to stay alive. There are over 15 game modes, but the main ones are Battle Royale and Clash Squad. Battle Royale has you landing weaponless on an island, and in Clash Squad, you buy weapons and fight in short, fast-paced rounds. Speaking graphically now, Free Fire is pretty solid for a mobile game. It's got good textures and effects, especially in Free Fire Max, the enhanced version. The environments are diverse and the character designs are cool and detailed. All in all, this game's a thrilling battle royale with a ton of variety and solid graphics. It's easy to see why it's a mobile gaming hit. Cover Fire. Cover Fire is this action-packed shooter game you can play on your mobile. It's got this cool single-player campaign where you're taking on army missions, sniping, driving vehicles, and even shooting from helicopters. Yeah. Plus, there's this online sniper mode where you can compete against others and a zombie survival event for some offline fun. The gameplay is all about kickass variety. You get to unlock and use a bunch of different weapons, from classic guns to powerful sniper rifles and shotguns. You can even customize and upgrade your weapons to make them more badass. And if you're into blowing stuff up, there are grenades too. The controls are super user-friendly and customizable, so it's easy to jump in whether you're a newbie or a seasoned player. The game's graphics are a significant part of its appeal. They elevate the gameplay experience, making it more engaging and enjoyable. Let's talk more about this. The graphical quality sets a new standard for rail shooters, particularly when played on the highest settings. Players get to experience this visually stunning environment where every scene, especially the final enemy flop scene in each mission, is crafted with exceptional detail and artistic flair. The gameplay experience too is enhanced by these graphical elements. As players lead their brigade of heroes against the Tetracore Corporation, they're not just engaging in a strategic battle, no, but also enjoying a visual feast that brings the game's world to life. The online tournaments and the variety of weapons add to the depth of the game, while the high-quality graphics ensure a visually engaging experience. The unique shooter skills and leveling up of soldiers are portrayed with impressive visual effects, making the game not just fun to play, but also a treat to your eyes. It's like having a mini action movie right in your pocket. Dead Trigger 2. Dead Trigger 2 throws you into a world overrun by zombies. Developed by Madfinger Games and later acquired by Decker Games, this first-person survival horror game is all about blasting your way through hordes of the undead. Released on Android, iOS and even Facebook, it's been turning heads since 2013, especially with graphics that rival old-school consoles like the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The gameplay is super intense and action-packed. Unlike many mobile zombie shooters that guide you on rails, this game gives you free rein to move around. You've got 2 control options: the default auto-attack when you aim at zombies, or the advanced scheme where you manually fire and aim for precision. The game is filled with missions where you're either completing objectives or just surviving against endless waves of zombies. And watch out for those special zombies. They're tougher, but drop better loot. Speaking about graphics, the game is a showstopper for a mobile title. Running on the Unity engine, it boasts detailed environments, realistic zombie models, and cool weapon effects. It's like having a console-quality game right in your pocket. All in all, this game's a thrilling zombie shooter with console-grade graphics and addictive gameplay, making it a must-play for anyone who's into action-packed survival horror. Injustice: Gods Among Us. Coming in next is Injustice: Gods Among Us. This is pretty much like a DC fan's dream turned into a fighting game. Released in 2013, it's set in a parallel universe where Superman turns tyrant after a tragic trick by the Joker. Oh no. You've got heroes and villains from the DC universe duking it out, with Batman leading the charge against Superman's new world order. The gameplay is classic fighting game style. You pick up from a roster of DC characters, each with their own fighting styles and special moves. It's all about knocking out your opponent in a 2.5D arena, where the action is 3D but movement is on a 2D plane. The game spices things up with interactive environments and a unique control scheme that includes a special character trait button, unleashing unique abilities for each character. Coming to graphics, this one is a total knockout. The character models are incredibly detailed, and the backgrounds like the Batcave and Metropolis, whoa, are straight out of the comics. To sum it up, you get a killer story with awesome gameplay. Oh, and also graphics that really bring the DC universe to life. Whether you're a comic fan or just love a good fight, this game's got something for everyone. Never-Ending Nightmare. Never-Ending Nightmare is a horror game that's much more than just jump scares. Developed by Infinitap Games, it's inspired by the lead designer Matt Gilgenbach's own battles with OCD and depression. You play as Thomas, a guy trapped in a loop of nightmares, each more disturbing than the last. The game's not just about being scared, no. It's about feeling the weight of Thomas's mental struggles. Gameplay-wise, you'll be navigating Thomas through these nightmares. It's eerie and tense, with monsters lurking and a sense of dread hanging over everything. If Thomas dies or encounters something particularly traumatic, he wakes up in the same or a different nightmare, which is how the game saves your progress. Your choices lead to one of 3 different endings, making each playthrough a bit unique. The game's art style is what really sets it apart. It's all hand-drawn 2D line art, giving off serious Edward Gorey vibes. For an Android game, it's quite an attraction. The minimalist approach, with no on-screen prompts or loading screens, really sucks you into Thomas's twisted world. Overall, this one's a hauntingly beautiful game that's as much about experiencing a story of mental anguish as it is about getting scared. It's a chilling, deeply personal journey through a nightmare you just won't forget. Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a 2018 roguelike Metroidvania game that's all about escaping a monster-infested island. You play as the Prisoner, an amorphous creature hopping from one dead body to another, trying to slay the island's king and escape the curse of the Malays. The game's known for its tough love. Die, and you lose everything except a few permanent upgrades, thanks to its permadeath system. The gameplay is a wild mix of intense combat and exploration. You've got swords, bows, shields, and even traps to fight off the mutated monsters. The game's got this cool dodge mechanic, letting you zip through enemies and attack from behind. Plus, the levels are procedurally generated, so it's a fresh experience every time you play. And those permanent upgrades? Well, they're key to making progress in this ever-changing world. Graphically speaking, the hand-drawn art is both beautiful and eerie, perfectly capturing the game's dark, gothic vibe. The animation is fluid, making every jump, dodge and attack feel super satisfying. To sum it up, this one's a twisted adventure in your pocket that keeps you coming back for more, no matter how many times you die. 14. Shadowgun Legends. This game is a free mobile FPS that's all about blasting aliens and saving the galaxy. It's the 3rd game in the Shadowgun series, following the award-winning original and Shadowgun Dead Zone, released in 2018. It's packed with 11 single-player missions, over 40 side missions, and a bunch of multiplayer modes like Duel, Capture the Flag, and more. This game's a mix of first-person shooting with RPG and MMO elements. You start by creating your own Shadowgun, a badass soldier, and then head to the hub, which is the main base. Here, you can pick up missions, hit the in-game bar, gamble at the casino, shop, or dive into multiplayer action. The game's got a variety of PvE missions, from story-driven quests to side quests and dungeons, all leading up to epic boss fights. PvP fans aren't left out either, with several modes like Duel, Ascendancy, and Capture the Flag. Now, speaking of the graphics, Shadowgun Legends is a stunner for a mobile game. The visuals are sharp and detailed, making the alien worlds and characters really pop on your screen. The action's smooth too, making those firefights feel intense and immersive. To sum it up, Shadowgun Legends is like a pocket-sized blockbuster. It's got a cool story, loads of missions, and graphics that'll make you forget you're playing on a phone. If you're into sci-fi shooters, well, this one's a must-try. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Need for Speed Most Wanted is a high-octane, open-world racing game from Criterion Games. It's the 19th title in the Need for Speed series, hitting the streets in 2012. Unlike its predecessors, this one ditches a structured storyline for pure, unadulterated racing across the fictional city of Fairhaven. This one's all about freedom and speed. You pick a car and tear through the city, competing in various race types like sprint races, circuit races, and speed runs. The cops are part of the action too, setting up intense chases that feel straight out of an action movie. You aim to defeat the top 10 racers on the Most Wanted list, and when you do, you get their cars as a trophy. The game's got a real-world vehicle roster that's a mix of muscle cars, street races, and exotics. To speak about the graphics, this game is simply a stunner for an Android game. The city of Fairhaven is beautifully rendered, from its sunny beaches to the industrial areas. The cars look incredibly realistic, and the sense of speed is exhilarating. The game uses simulated HDRR for dynamic lighting, making those sunny skies and reflective surfaces pop. This one offers you a thrilling ride, from killer races to awesome cop chases. This game's a perfect example of one of the best graphics in mobile racing games.
What the hell was that?
Are you lost?
Alien Isolation. This survival horror game that takes you into the chilling world of the Alien film series. Developed by Creative Assembly, it's set 15 years after the original 1979 movie and follows Amanda Ripley, daughter of Ellen Ripley, as she investigates her mother's disappearance aboard the Sevastopol space station. But there's a twist. An alien creature is on the loose, turning the station into a nightmare of survival and stealth. The game gives you all three: kick-ass action, adventure, and horror. You're Amanda, sneaking through the station, dodging the alien, and using tools like a motion tracker and flamethrower. It's all about outsmarting and evading enemies, with a heavy emphasis on stealth. The alien is unpredictable and can't be killed, so you've got to be smart and quiet to survive. The graphics of this game is a masterpiece. It captures the original film's 1970s vision of the future, with sci-fi tech and eerie lighting. The alien itself is terrifyingly realistic, and the atmospheric effects add to the game's intense immersive experience. Overall, the attention to detail in graphics is what makes the game a heart-pounding, nerve-wracking adventure that perfectly captures the essence of the Alien universe. It's a must-play for fans of the series and horror games alike. Life is Strange. Life is Strange takes you in an adventure game series that dives deep into the complexities of human emotions and choices. Published by Square Enix and created by Don't Nod Entertainment, the series kicked off in 2015 with its first installment, followed by a prequel and sequels that continue to explore new stories and characters. The games are known for their episodic format, allowing the story to unfold in a detailed and immersive manner. The game's all about exploration, interaction, and making choices. Played from a third-person perspective, you can examine objects, solve puzzles, and engage in conversation with branching dialogue options. Each choice you make can have short or long-term consequences, adding weight to every decision. Unique to each game in the series is a central mechanic, like Max's ability to rewind time in the original game, which adds a unique twist to the gameplay. Speaking graphically now, the series is a standout with its hand-painted textures and impressionistic rendering, giving it a distinct, almost dreamlike quality. The attention to detail in the environments and characters adds depth to the storytelling, making the emotional moments hit even harder. This beautifully crafted game is super enriching in storytelling, choice-driven gameplay, and super impressive visuals. It's a series that's not just played, but experienced, leaving a lasting impact long even after the credits roll. Layers of Fear. Layers of Fear is another Android psychological horror game that was developed by Bloober Team. In this game, you get into the mind of a disturbed painter. Set in a Victorian mansion, you navigate through a shifting environment, uncovering the artist's dark past. The gameplay is a blend of exploration and puzzle solving, presented in a first-person perspective. The story unfolds in 6 chapters, each revealing more about the painter's life and his descent into madness. The game's atmosphere is enhanced by dim lighting and objects that trigger flashbacks, piecing together a haunting narrative. This game graphically excels in creating a chilling and immersive experience. The mansion's ever-changing layout keeps you on edge, while the detailed environments and effective use of light and shadow amplify the horror. The game's art style and slightly creepy soundtracks perfectly capture the gothic horror aesthetic that it was aiming for. In short, if you're a fan of psychological horror that also offers artful storytelling, this one would bring you in awe. The graphics here are so strong that it holds the ability to take players into the troubled psyche of its protagonist, making it a spine-chilling adventure that fits right in your pocket. Grid Autosport. Next up, we have Grid Autosport, a racing game developed by Codemasters, known for its shift back to authentic racing after the mixed reception of its predecessor. Set in various real-world locations, it offers a diverse racing experience across 5 main categories: touring, endurance, open wheel, tuner, and street. Each category has unique cars and race types, adding depth to the gameplay. The game's career mode lets you build a racing career, choosing teams with different objectives and earning experience points. The custom cup mode offers personalized racing experiences, and there's also a split-screen mode for multiplayer fun. Now, let's see how this one impresses us graphically. With its super realistic portrayal of tracks and cars, you wouldn't believe that this could be played on your phones or tabs. I mean, the attention to detail in circuits like Spa-Francorchamps and city tracks like San Francisco adds to the exciting experience. The game's revamped damage model and wear and tear system contribute to its realism, while the cockpit view, absent in Grid 2, makes a welcome return. A must-play for racing enthusiasts who are craving depth and a hint of realism in their games. Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 marks a thrilling comeback for the iconic Sega series, injecting new life into the streets of Wood Oak City. A decade after Streets of Rage 3, the narrative picks up with a city under the shadow of a new syndicate, helmed by the Y twins, children of the notorious Mr. X. Series stalwarts Axel Stone and Blaze Fielding, alongside newcomers Cherry Hunter and Floyd Uriah, dive into the fray to dismantle the twins' sinister plans. The game's story mode takes players on a journey through various levels, gradually unraveling the story and unlocking new challenges. Gameplay remains faithful to the series' beat-em-up roots, with up to 4 players teaming up locally or 2 online to take on enemy hordes. A novel feature in this edition is the ability to regain health spent on special attacks through consecutive hits. The game introduces a new combo system, allowing players to juggle enemies against walls and each other, and unique character abilities such as Max's wall jump and Shiva's weapon parry. Players also have the delight of unlocking classic characters, adding a layer of nostalgia. Visually, this one will take you on a trip down memory lane, with its vivid, hand-drawn art style that respectfully nods to its predecessors while adopting a contemporary flair. The Streets of Rage 4 offers both old-school charm and modern flair. You're bound to be hooked on its graphically stunning, action-filled revival that not only pays homage to its roots, but also pushes the genre forward. Whether you're a long-time fan or new to the series, this game is just perfect for you. Real Racing 3. Real Racing 3, developed by Fire Monkey Studios and published by Electronic Arts, is a standout in the mobile racing genre, released in 2013 for various platforms including iOS and Android. As the third installment in the Real Racing series, it shifted to a freemium model, offering free gameplay with optional in-app purchases. Despite some criticism for its virtual economy, the game was lauded for its exceptional graphics, which were considered top-notch at the time of release. The game revolves around the player starting with a Formula 1 car and progressing through various series, each containing multiple tiers and races. Players earn fame points and gold coins to level up and unlock new series and cars. The game boasts an impressive roster of over 400 licensed cars from 42 manufacturers and features over 45 circuits at 20 real-world locations. Unique to this title is the requirement for players to maintain and service their vehicles, adding a layer of realism but also introducing real-world time waits for car servicing. The game just visually stands out with its stunning graphics and attention to detail. The realistic car models, dynamic lighting, and authentic racetracks contribute to an immersive racing experience that rivals console-quality graphics. The game's ability to deliver such high-fidelity visuals on mobile platforms was a significant achievement at the time of its release. Despite the mixed reception of its freemium model, it's a game that brings console-quality racing right to your fingertips.
Give the aliens a real war for a change. You know what to do.
XCOM 2 Collection. XCOM 2, developed by Firaxis Games and released in 2016, is a sequel to the acclaimed XCOM Enemy Unknown. Set 20 years later, it portrays a dark scenario where XCOM, initially formed to repel an alien invasion, has failed. Earth is now under alien rule, with XCOM operating as a guerrilla resistance force. The player takes on the role of the commander, leading this resistance against the alien occupation and the Advent administration, a puppet government. This game is both intense turn-based combat and deep strategy. Players command a squad of soldiers in tactical battles, facing off against alien forces on procedurally generated maps. The game introduces a sense of urgency with time-based objectives, encouraging a more aggressive playstyle. Strategy elements involving managing the Avenger, XCOM's mobile base, where players oversee research, craft equipment, and plan missions. The game's 5 distinct soldier classes, each with unique abilities, add depth to combat strategies. Additionally, the Iron Man mode offers a challenging experience where decisions are permanent, enhancing the game's replayability. Now, coming to graphics and what's impressive about it. It uses Unreal Engine 3.5, delivering detailed character models atmospheric environments, and smooth animations. The game's art style, inspired by sci-fi movies like Elysium and Oblivion, creates a futuristic yet grounded world. Imagine that! The visual storytelling is complemented by the fog of war and dynamic lighting, adding tension and immersion to the overall gameplay. In summary, the game is simply both of tactical combat and strategy, mixed with a visually impressive package. It's not just any other game, it's a gripping battle for Earth's future. Divinity Original Sin 2. Let's dive into Divinity Original Sin 2, a gem in the RPG world. The plot? Epic. You are a god-woken, a sorcerer with the power to shape the fate of a world teeming with magic and monsters. Your mission is to stand against the Void-woken, creatures causing chaos in the fantasy realm of Rivellon. It's not just about fighting. Your choices carve out the story, making every playthrough unique. Gameplay-wise, it's a turn-based tactical feast. You can go solo or team up with friends, controlling up to 4 characters. The game's class system is like a playground for strategy lovers. Mix, match and experiment with skills to outsmart your enemies. And the combat? It's all about using the environment to your advantage. Think high ground, elemental combos. The works. Graphically, it's a stunner. The attention to every little detail in Rivellon is mind-blowing, from the lush landscapes to the intricate character designs. It's like stepping into a living, breathing fantasy painting where you're getting all the main characters' energy. You get into a rich, immersive world that's as beautiful as it is deep, just at the tip of your finger. Modern Combat 5 Mobile FPS. Modern Combat 5 Mobile FPS throws you right into the thick of action-packed warfare. The plot? It's a roller coaster of twists and turns. Whew. You are Caden Phoenix, a former US Marine turned private military contractor. Your world turns upside down when a mission in Venice to stop the World Liberation Army from stealing chemical weapons spirals into a massive conspiracy involving your own employer, Gilman Security. The story takes you from the waterways of Venice to the chaotic streets of Tokyo, unraveling a plot that could spark a global war. The gameplay here is classic first-person shooter style with a twist. You've got a variety of soldier classes to choose from, each with unique perks and weapons. The missions are bite-sized adrenaline rushes, perfect for quick gaming sessions. Plus, there's a constant need for strategy with the ability to pick up different class weapons on the go. Graphically, it's a feast for the eyes, and we couldn't stress it more. The game takes you through stunningly detailed environments, from the historic canals of Venice to the streets of Tokyo. The action's intense and engaging, making you feel like you're right in the middle of a blockbuster action movie. The game's super impressive graphics with a gripping plot will definitely keep you on the edge of your seat. Battle Prime. Battle Prime is a game that redefines mobile shooting experiences. It's a third-person shooter that switches to first-person when aiming down sights. ADS. The game currently features a 6v6 demolition mode across 4 maps, offering a taste of its capabilities. It's likened to Battlefield with its clean HUD and intuitive menus, promising an immersive combat experience. The game's standout feature is its primes, unique avatars each with special abilities and loadouts. For example, Shock, one of the early unlockable primes, comes equipped with an MK-16, an SMG-10, and a tactical grenade that blinds and disrupts enemies. Progression involves winning games, leveling up and opening supply crates to upgrade guns, attachments, health, and armor. Now, coming to the graphics, it's a leap forward for mobile shooters, thanks to the Blitz engine developed by Blitz Team. This custom engine elevates the game's performance, bringing it closer to console-level graphics and polished gameplay. Overall, this groundbreaking mobile shooter has both top-notch graphics and super addictive gameplay, setting a new standard for mobile combat experiences. Journey. Next up, we have Journey. This one is not just a game, it's an experience. You play as a mysterious robed figure traversing a vast desert toward a distant mountain. The plot is simple yet profound, told wordlessly through gameplay and visuals. You encounter remnants of a lost civilization, and your journey mirrors their rise and fall. It's a tale of exploration, discovery, and the pursuit of a seemingly unreachable goal. The gameplay here is beautifully minimalist. You can walk, jump, and emit musical notes to interact with the environment. Your magical scarf lets you fly briefly, recharged by touching pieces of cloth or symbols scattered around. The game's real magic happens when you encounter another player. You can't talk or text. Your only communication is through harmonious chimes, creating a unique bond as you assist each other silently. Graphically, this is a masterpiece. The vast desert, the ruins, and the mountain in the distance are rendered with an ethereal beauty. The way the light plays on the sand, the fluid movement of the cloth, and the subtle changes in the environment make it visually stunning. The game's graphics and gameplay will visually take you on a breathtaking adventure that transcends traditional gaming, offering an all-emotional and unforgettable experience. Return to Monkey Island. Return to Monkey Island is a delightful throwback with a fresh twist. In this plot, you're back as Guybrush Threepwood, the lovably goofy pirate. This time, you're on a venture to uncover the long-sought-after secret of Monkey Island. The story is both nostalgia and new adventures, taking you to familiar places like Melee Island and uncharted territories like Bermuda and Terror Island. Gameplay sticks to its roots, where you'll solve puzzles, chat with quirky characters, and use a mix of collected items in true Monkey Island fashion. The game's interface is updated, making it smoother for modern players, with tooltips and a drag-and-drop inventory that's a breeze to use. Graphically, for an Android game, it's a standout of its genre. The art style's a charming combination of the old school and contemporary, with vibrant colours and detailed environments that pop on your screen. It's like stepping into a beautifully illustrated pirate storybook. Overall, this game's a thrilling, swashbuckling journey, skillfully standing out as a true gem in the world of mobile gaming. Protectors, Shooter Legends. Alright, here we have Protectors, Shooter Legends, a futuristic 4v4 third-person shooter that takes you on a wild ride across various cities set in an alternate reality. The game doesn't focus much on a traditional plot. Instead, it throws you straight into action-packed battles. You're part of a team of 4, fighting alongside other players in intense combat scenarios. Gameplay is all about strategy and skill. You get to unlock different characters, each armed with unique weapons emitting powerful attacks. The controls are straightforward, with movement on the left and camera rotation on the right. Your weapon fires automatically, allowing for fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping action. Keep an eye on your vital stats and ammo, and don't forget to unleash those special attacks when the moment is right. Speaking graphically now, for an Android game, this one impresses with its energy and effects. The futuristic cityscapes are detailed and eye-catching, making each 4v4 battle feel like a mini-epic. The game overall delivers an exhilarating fusion of futuristic warfare and visually spectacular arenas, an ideal choice for action aficionados seeking thrills on the move. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat Mobile brings the iconic fighting game series right to your smartphone. The plot? Well, it's Mortal Kombat, a brutal interdimensional tournament where the mightiest warriors clash in epic battles. The game mirrors its console counterpart, Mortal Kombat X, with a similar storyline but tailored for on-the-go gaming. The gameplay is both fighting and card battling. You collect, upgrade, and control characters from the Mortal Kombat universe, each with unique abilities and special moves. The battles are fast-paced and action-packed, requiring strategic thinking to master the combo system and defeat your opponents. For an Android game, it's pretty breathtaking. The transition to Unreal Engine 4 in the 2.0 update brought a significant boost in visual quality. Characters look detailed and animations are smooth, making each fight feel as intense and gory as Mortal Kombat should be. And all this is just at your fingertips. Telltale's The Walking Dead. Telltale's The Walking Dead is a gripping narrative set in the same universe as the comic series. The story begins amidst a zombie apocalypse, turning the dead into ravenous walkers. You follow Clementine, a young girl initially cared for by Lee Everett. As the series progresses, Clementine evolves from a vulnerable child into a resilient survivor, facing harrowing challenges and making tough decisions, including caring for an infant named AJ and battling for survival against both the undead and human threats. The gameplay here is a masterful combination of point-and-click adventure and intense quick-time events. You explore, interact with characters, make dialogue choices, and react swiftly in action-packed scenes. The game's hallmark is its choice-based narrative, where your decisions have lasting consequences, shaping the story in profound ways. This mechanic adds a deep personal touch to the experience, as players see the impact of the choices unfold. On Android, the game's graphics are impressive. The art style faithfully captures the essence of the comic books, with well-rendered environments and characters that bring the post-apocalyptic world to life. The visual storytelling is both haunting and beautiful, making each moment memorable. One-liner review? Telltale's The Walking Dead is a heart-wrenching journey of survival and choice, beautifully brought to life on Android. The House of Da Vinci 2. The House of Da Vinci 2 is another addictive puzzle-adventure game that transports you to Renaissance Florence. You play as Leonardo da Vinci's apprentice, plunged into a mysterious world where your master has vanished. The plot thickens as you explore Da Vinci's house, unraveling a series of intricate physics-based puzzles to uncover clues about his disappearance. Gameplay here is a total brain-teasing delight. You're armed with two unique lenses. One reveals hidden codes, while the other lets you witness past events. This innovative mechanic adds depth to the puzzles, challenging you to think in both the present and the past. As you progress, you'll encounter letters from Da Vinci and the antagonists, adding layers to the story and your quest. Now let's talk about the graphics. Despite being an Android game, this one's simply a masterpiece and doesn't compromise in quality at all. The game beautifully captures the essence of the Renaissance era, with detailed rooms and authentic gadgets that Da Vinci himself might have designed. The 3D graphics are super nice, making each puzzle not just a challenge, but a work of art. All in all, you get both history and mystery, which ultimately takes you on an intellectually stimulating journey through Renaissance Italy. NBA 2K21. Next up, we have NBA 2K Mobile, which is a slam dunk in the world of mobile sports gaming. Set in the high-energy universe of the National Basketball Association, the game lets you step into the sneakers of NBA stars. The plot's simple yet thrilling. Dominate the basketball court in a series of intense matches. In this game, you're locked in with your starting lineup. No subs, playing through two halves of non-stop action. Choose between auto and manual controls. Auto for a more relaxed experience, or manual for full control over every dribble, shot, and defensive play. The game's shooting mechanics are nuanced, with a bar indicating your shot's likelihood of success, and defending is equally strategic, requiring smart positioning and timing. This is just a standout on Android. Promising console-quality graphics, it delivers lifelike player models and fluid animations that capture the dynamic essence of a real NBA game. The courts and players look incredibly realistic, making each game feel like you're watching a live NBA match. Overall, this game brings you the full throttle excitement of NBA basketball to your fingertips, with stunning graphics and engaging gameplay. That's a total hit. First Tree. Coming up next is the First Tree, the kind of game that has a dual plot line. Visually, you follow a mother fox on her quest to find her lost cubs. But there's another layer to the story, a conversation between a human couple, Joseph and Rachel. Joseph shares his longing for a deeper connection with his father. As the game progresses, you're drawn into Joseph's world, eventually switching to his first-person perspective, adding a deeply personal touch to the journey. Coming to the gameplay. It's been described as a walking and bounding simulator, which pretty much hits the nail on the head. You guide the fox through beautiful natural landscapes, with the gameplay incorporating elements of puzzles and platforming. It's a calm, almost meditative experience, although some have found the controls a bit clunky. But don't let that deter you. The game's charm lies in its simplicity and the emotional depth of its intertwined stories. This game's a visual feast, especially considering it's on Android. The game's art style strikes a delicate balance between realism and a dreamlike aesthetic. The landscapes are rendered with a soft, almost painterly touch, creating scenes that are both lifelike and ethereal. As you guide the fox through various environments, you'll notice the attention to detail in the textures, from the lush grasslands to the crisp autumnal leaves. The lighting is particularly noteworthy. It shifts dynamically, casting realistic shadows and creating different moods that enhance the emotional depth of this story. The game's color palette is another highlight. Sunsets bathe the world in warm oranges and reds, while night scenes are cool and moody, lit by a soft ambient glow. To sum it up, the graphics and gameplay are not only impressive for a mobile game, they're an integral part of its storytelling, creating a world that's as emotionally engaging as it is beautiful to explore. SpongeBob SquarePants! Battle for Bikini Bottom. The story kicks off with the mischievous Plankton, the ever-scheming owner of the Chum Bucket, hatching yet another plan to snatch the Krabby Patty formula. This time, he's created the Duplicatotron 3000, a machine designed to churn out an army of robots to do his bidding. Oh no! However, things go hilariously awry when the robots rebel against Plankton's control, turning Bikini Bottom into a chaotic robot playground. Enter our heroes, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy. Each character brings their own unique flair to the gameplay. SpongeBob can use his bubble-blowing skills to create special weapons. Patrick showcases his super strength, and Sandy utilizes her lasso for some acrobatic moves. Together, they traverse various iconic locations from the show, like Jellyfish Fields, Goo Lagoon, and even the eerie Rock Bottom, all in a bid to collect golden spatulas, the key to progressing through the game and ultimately thwarting the robot invasion. The graphics in this game are seriously awesome. They've stepped up the game with some really cool 3D graphics that make everything look super realistic. It's like the game's world just pops out of the screen, and the characters look so lifelike, it's almost like you're right there with them. The level of detail is insane, from the way the landscapes look to the little things in the characters' designs. It's a total visual treat that makes playing the game a whole lot more fun. You'll probably spend half the time just admiring how great everything looks. Monument Valley 2. Monument Valley 2 is not just another game, it's a work of art in the palm of your hand. The plot revolves around Ro and her child, guiding them on an emotional odyssey through mazes filled with optical illusions and impossible structures. It's a heartfelt story that unfolds with every twist and turn. Now, onto the gameplay. The game's isometric view adds a layer of depth to the experience. Your mission is to lead Ro and her child through these mesmerizing mazes, manipulating the architecture to solve intricate puzzles. It's like stepping into an M.C. Escher painting and unraveling its secrets with each tap of your screen. Speaking of screens, the graphics on Android are a revelation. The game showcases the full potential of your device, delivering stunning landscapes and intricate designs in every level. These details stand out and makes a statement to the beauty that mobile gaming can achieve, and it's an experience you won't want to miss. In a nutshell, well, this one's a visual masterpiece that mixes both artistry and gameplay seamlessly, and it's almost impossible to believe how well put it is for an Android game. Jager, Hunter Legend. Jager is a 3D action RPG monster hunting game that takes you on a memorable journey across the alien world of planet Ekorus. You play as Jager, an elite Vidaran hunter, tasked with retrieving a stolen relic. The plot thickens as you explore this mysterious world, hunting ferocious beasts and uncovering dark secrets of the Vidaran clan and the Empire. Jager stands out with its intuitive, action-oriented combat system. You get to choose from 5 weapon classes: Hunting Sword, Force Hammer, Fury Blades, Flux Blaster, and Eidolon Spear. Each class has its unique moves and combos, making battles with the game's creatures a thrilling experience. You'll hunt these beasts for materials rich in Kala to forge and upgrade your gear, which even takes on the appearance and traits of the beasts themselves. Plus, you can equip ancient seals and install sigils to boost your hunting skills and customize your build. Jager is a powerhouse on Android. The game boasts realistic action and next-gen cinematics, thanks to cutting-edge motion capture technology. The vast forests and winding canyons of Ekorus are rendered beautifully, and the monsters have unique detailed combat abilities that set them apart from other RPGs. Overall, it delivers a graphically advanced and super addictive monster hunting adventure, with its unique combat system and deep customization offering a fresh twist on the action RPG genre. Shadow Fight 3. Coming in hot is Shadow Fight 3, a game that takes you into a world of change, where the use of shadow energy has become commonplace. But not everyone sees it the same way. The powerful Legion aims to quell what they perceive as the shadow threat, while the Dynasty believes in harnessing this power for good. Amidst this conflict, a mysterious faction called the Heralds emerges, shrouded in secrets about shadow energy. As a new hero, your destiny is unwritten. You must explore these factions, uncover their mysteries, and ultimately decide the fate of the world. The game introduces a detailed character editor, allowing you to customize your in-game avatar from the start. As you progress, your character gains levels, skills, and evolves according to your choices. Combat is lifelike, with intuitive controls. You can mix and match weapons, armor, helms, and ranged gear, resulting in countless combinations. Each piece of equipment comes with its unique shadow ability, letting you fine-tune your fighting style with perks and special moves. The game features 3 distinct fighting schools, each offering a plethora of martial arts techniques and weapons. Speaking of the graphics, this one breaks away from its predecessors by presenting characters as lifelike 3-dimensional figures within beautifully animated 3D environments. The graphics are a true statement to modern technologies, offering stunning visuals that make each battle a visual treat. The attention to detail and smooth animations elevate the experience to a whole new level, setting a high bar for Android gaming graphics. All in all, this visually striking game offers breathtaking graphics and lets you shape the destiny of a hero in a realm of turmoil and secrets. So, hop on. New State Mobile. In the year 2051, the world has evolved, and New State Mobile thrusts you into a futuristic battleground on the remote island of Troy, in the northern United States. This battle royale unfolds with 100 players skydiving onto this high-tech island, where they must scavenge for supplies and battle fiercely to be the last one standing. The game offers a glimpse into a future filled with cutting-edge environments, futuristic architecture, and advanced weaponry, setting the stage for intense survival. This game takes the battle royale genre to the next level. It introduces exciting new features such as drones, ballistic shields, neon sights, and even the ability to revive fallen teammates. Players can also recruit downed enemies, adding a unique twist to the gameplay. The game's vehicle lineup includes futuristic cars, motorcycles, gliders, and more, allowing for fast-paced and thrilling mobility. Players can seamlessly switch between first-person and third-person perspectives, giving them tactical advantages. The game offers extensive weapon customization, allowing players to choose different firing modes and equip grenade launchers, grips, sights, silencers, and various weapon accessories. Graphics here is crazy strong. This game raises the bar for Android gaming graphics with its futuristic setting, richly detailed environments, and advanced weapon models. This one delivers drool-worthy visuals that showcase the capabilities of modern mobile devices. The smooth animations and ahead-of-its-time design elements make it an eye candy for players. Black Desert Mobile. Black Desert Online takes place in a high fantasy world where two rival nations, the Republic of Calphian and the Kingdom of Valencia, clash over the precious resource known as black stones. The game's rich lore reveals a history of conflict, alliances, and the discovery of the Black Desert, a land teeming with these coveted stones. The struggle for wealth and power sets the stage for an epic MMORPG adventure. The combat system is action-based, demanding precise manual aiming, dodging, and combo execution, making it stand out from traditional tab-targeting games. Players can engage in various activities, from housing, fishing, and farming to large-scale player-versus-player siege events and castle battles. One of its standout features is its extensive and in-depth character customization, allowing players to create truly unique avatars. This game offers a dynamic and immersive experience with a worldwide weather system that impacts gameplay, including typhoons and localized weather events. A day-night cycle introduces changes in NPC availability and loot drops, offering different experiences during different times of the day. Graphics on this game delivers impressive visuals for an Android game. The seamless world, detailed character models, and stunning environments showcase the power of modern mobile devices. The game's graphics do justice to the high fantasy setting, capturing the essence of the Black Desert world in vivid detail.
This is where you die! This is where you die!
Number 41. Shadow of Death. Shadow of Death unfolds in the kingdom of Aurora, once prosperous but now plagued by an ancient darkness that wreaks havoc on the land. Crops wither, the winds howl in anger, and the dead awaken. Ooh. This calamity is the result of a power-hungry king's lust for forbidden knowledge, abandoning his people to despair. In this dire situation, the kingdom cries out for hope. A lone knight, devoid of memory but fueled by unwavering conviction, becomes the last bastion against impending doom. Bound by destiny, he ventures into the sinister shadows to confront the evil forces threatening Aurora's existence. However, he's not alone on this difficult journey. A select few share the same fateful destiny, and together they must face the looming darkness. As players, you step into the shoes of the lone knight and embark on an epic quest to save Aurora from its impending demise. The game features intense action and combat sequences, where you'll engage in battles against hordes of enemies and powerful bosses. With a variety of weapons and skills at your disposal, you'll need strategic thinking to emerge victorious. Despite being an offline mobile game, Shadow of Death boasts super impressive graphics that make it stand out. The visuals are richly detailed, from character models to the eerie dark landscapes of Aurora. The game's design vividly portrays the fall of the kingdom and the encroaching darkness, providing an impressive visual experience on Android devices. Overall, the gripping story of the game, along with intense gameplay and super high-end graphics, make it an epic mobile adventure and a must-play among players.
I'll also give you command of a squad of 12 brothers. Each has a unique ability you can call on in the heat of battle. Plan your mission with skill and select the most appropriate brother for the job.
Brothers in Arms 3. Alright, next we have Brothers in Arms 3. Sons of War, a thrilling continuation of the Brothers in Arms series, known for its intense World War II action. Set in the heart of World War II, we follow Sergeant Cole Wright in Normandy, 1944. The game kicks off with Wright's squad assaulting a French village to snatch enemy documents. Tragedy strikes when one of Wright's brothers falls in battle. The story weaves through various missions, including a love story with a French resistance fighter, intense battles across Europe, and a final showdown where Wright meets his fate, leaving a legacy of bravery and sacrifice. This third-person shooter brings back the classic Brothers in Arms feel, but with a twist. You're not just shooting, you're commanding tanks like the Sherman and the T-34, and leading a squad with unique abilities. Think James Gann, the sniper, or Barnaby Adams, who calls in airstrikes. The game's cover system and the ability to customize and upgrade weapons add depth to your strategic choices. For an Android game, it's a visual treat. The graphics are a significant step up from its predecessors, offering detailed environments and fluid animations that take you into the World War II era. It's impressive how Gameloft has pushed the boundaries of mobile gaming graphics with this title. The details in the themes, characters, shooting experience are all so well put together that it's hard to believe you're playing a game.
What did you do with my wife?
We need to do things the right way. Because our...
The Wolf Among Us. The Wolf Among Us is a gritty neo-noir adventure that plunges you into the shadowy world of Fabletown, hidden within 1980s New York City. You're Big B Wolf, the tough-as-nails sheriff with a past as the Big Bad Wolf, investigating a string of murders that have rocked this secret community of fairy tale characters. This game is all about choices and consequences in this third-person graphic adventure. You'll navigate through interactive environments, engage in dialogue trees that shape relationships and the story's direction, and tackle quick-time events. Your decisions aren't just fluff, they genuinely impact the narrative, making each playthrough uniquely yours. For an Android game, this one is a visual knockout. Its graphic, novel-style art, combined with moody, neon-lit settings, perfectly captures the essence of its comic book roots. The character animations are super smooth, and the attention to detail in the environments is top-notch, making it a treat for the eyes. You'll absolutely fall in love with the dark fairy tales and detective work wrapped in high-end graphical elements. They're bound to keep you hooked till the end, for sure. Kingdom, New Lands. Now we have Kingdom, New Lands, where every coin counts and every night could be your last. This one's a super engaging strategy game that takes you on a regal journey of kingdom building and survival. Released in 2016 as a follow-up to the 2015 game Kingdom, it's all about ruling, expanding, and defending your realm against the ominous greed monsters. Here, you're a monarch on horseback, tasked with creating a thriving kingdom from scratch. The game's a blend of strategy and roguelike elements, set in a 2D side-scrolling world. You start with just a couple of villages and a handful of coins. Your royal duties? Recruit subjects. Assign them roles like builders or archers, and strategically manage resources. Builders fortify your kingdom, while archers fend off the greed and gather coins by hunting. The twist? Well, you need to repair a ship to travel across 5 increasingly challenging islands, each with its own set of threats. But beware, if the greed snatch your crown, it's game over. For an Android game, this one impresses with its minimalist yet beautiful pixel art style. The day-night cycle not only adds a strategic layer, but also showcases stunning visual transitions from serene sunrises to ominous monster-filled nights. To wrap it up, this game's a pixel-perfect package that's as challenging as it is charming. Hockey All-Stars 24. Hockey All-Stars 24 is the latest addition to Distinctive Games' proud lineup of hockey simulations, a series that's been thrilling fans since 2010. This game elevates the hockey sim experience with its immersive environment and dynamic gameplay. While there isn't a traditional plot in sports games, this one offers an immersive experience that makes you feel like you're living the life of a professional hockey player. The game brings both men's and women's hockey to the forefront, promoting full equality across all game modes. The game boasts enhanced movement controls, improved animations, and exciting new features like deke controls, allowing for more strategic play. Experience the tension of a shootout minigame or the adrenaline rush of defending your goal as a goalkeeper. And watch out for fights. Play too aggressively and you might just push your opponents over the edge. This game shines in its graphical prowess, especially for an Android game. The crowd visuals, cutscenes, and ice effects are incredibly detailed, and the addition of match officials, referees, and team mascots adds to the authentic feel. The updated player animations bring the game to life, making you feel right in the heart of the action.
Hundreds of opponents. Some maniac is attempting to destabilize the fabric of reality. I believe in you.
Marvel Future Fight. Marvel Future Fight is a 2015 superhero extravaganza developed by Netmarble Games, where you dive into the Marvel universe and control a team of iconic heroes and villains. The game kicks off with a dimensional crisis. Thor, Black Bolt and Black Panther start investigating after encountering alternate versions of themselves. Meanwhile, Captain America, Black Widow and Iron Man are defending Stark Tower from Ultron, only to discover Gemma Simmons' kidnapping by AIM. This leads to a series of events involving MODOK, Red Skull, and an interdimensional showdown with future versions of themselves. The plot thickens as they face Inhumans, Loki, and a lockdown of the Ultimates HQ. The climax? A race against time to stop Thanos from using a convergence device to destroy reality. Here, you'll engage in real-time combat, complete missions, and participate in PvP battles. Speaking of the graphical strength, for an Android game, the game gained quite the popularity with its high-quality elements. The character models are detailed, and the animations during combat are butter smooth and visually striking, bringing your favourite Marvel characters to life on your mobile screen. So, suit up and join the fight in Marvel Future Fight. It's a universe of heroes and villains at your fingertips.
In pain. Children in pain.
Little Misfortune. Little Misfortune is a 2019 horror adventure game from Kill Monday Games, set in the same universe as their earlier title, Fran Bow. It's a darkly whimsical journey through the eyes of Misfortune, an 8-year-old with a grim sense of humour. The story unfolds in 1993 in Openfield, Sweden, where Misfortune Ramirez Hernandez, a lonely girl with abusive parents, hears a voice, Mr. Voice. He invites her to play a game promising eternal happiness as the prize, which she hopes to win for her mother. As she follows Mr. Voice's guidance, she encounters Benjamin, a mysterious fox, and learns about Morgo, another dimensional being. The twist? Misfortune has been a ghost for most of her journey, and the game ends with her confronting death in the fourth reality. Depending on the player's choices, there's a touching alternate ending involving Misfortune's mother. Played from a 2.5D perspective, you guide Misfortune by making choices and performing actions like fixing vases or playing minigames. The game's charm lies in its interactive storytelling and the impact of your choices on the narrative. For an Android game, Little Misfortune stands out with its beautifully crafted art style. The game's visuals, combining innocence with a macabre twist, create a unique and engaging atmosphere that perfectly complements its dark storyline. All in all, it's a hauntingly beautiful tale that has childlike innocence mixed with dark humour, delivering a uniquely poignant gaming experience that fits in the palm of your hand. Endless Nightmare. Endless Nightmare is a standalone 3D horror puzzle game that immerses you in a spine-chilling investigation. You step into the shoes of James, a police inspector whose life is turned upside down by the murder of his wife and daughter in a seemingly ordinary mansion. The story unfolds in a mansion on the outskirts of Canada. James, driven by grief and determination, locks himself inside to unravel the mystery of his family's murder. As he delves deeper, the mansion reveals its sinister secrets, leading to unexpected and horrifying discoveries. In this first-person adventure, your primary goal is survival. You'll navigate through the mansion, searching for clues and unlocking multiple endings. Listen for ghostly whispers, hide from lurking dangers, and use strategy to distract or confront the ghostly presence. The game challenges your wits and courage, offering a blend of investigation and heart-pounding action. This game stands out on Android with its 3D design and exquisite graphics. The realistic visuals, combined with the creepy atmosphere and jump scares, creates a spine-chilling horror experience. The attention to detail in the mansion's environment enhances the game's spooky vibe. So if you're ready for a hair-raising adventure filled with mystery and frights, this game is waiting to test your bravery. Nemean Legends Bright Ridge. Nemean Legends Bright Ridge is this visually stunning 3D open-world exploration game developed by Protopop. Set in the enchanting region of Bright Ridge, it invites players to freely roam and uncover the land's many mysteries. While this one doesn't follow a traditional storyline, it's rich in lore and history. Players explore various landmarks like the Bright Ridge Inn, the unfinished Bright Ridge Gate, the converted Temple of Thedrail, and the ancient steeples. Each location, from the imposing Igri statues to the mysterious Behemoth pipes, tells a part of Bright Ridge's past, including tales of ancient settlers, religious transformations, and battles against the Behemoths. The game's all about exploration and discovery, so you can traverse the landscape, interact with various elements, and unlock powers and abilities at the steeples. Teleporters add a magical touch, enhancing your ability to explore this vast world. The game's open-ended nature allows for a personal and unique experience for each player. The game's 3D environment is breathtaking, with lush landscapes, detailed architecture, and dynamic lighting effects that bring Brightridge to life. It's a remarkable title to what mobile gaming graphics can achieve, immersing players in a beautifully crafted world. So, if you're looking for a peaceful and picturesque escape, this game is a journey worth taking. Oddmar. Last but not least on the list, Oddmar is a tale about a Viking who's struggling to find his place in his village and earn his spot in Valhalla. He's not exactly the favourite among his fellow Vikings, having missed out on his potential. But then he gets a chance to turn things around, though it comes with a catch. This game's a delightful mix of physics-based puzzles and platforming challenges spread across 24 handcrafted levels. You'll find yourself journeying through magical forests, snowy mountains, and treacherous mines. As Oddmar, you'll discover magical weapons and shields that reveal your true power, and you'll meet a variety of characters, both friend and foe, on your quest for redemption. Graphically, Oddmar stands out as an Android game. The game feels like you're playing through an animated motion comic, with each level beautifully designed and rich in detail. The art style's unique and engaging, perfectly capturing the essence of a Viking adventure. All in all, it's a compelling Viking story with beautifully crafted gameplay, a true gem from the creators of Leo's Fortune. Marvellous verdicts, and there you have it guys. We've reached the very end of the video. From the immersive worlds of the Elder Scrolls Blades and Genshin Impact, to the adrenaline-fueled action of PUBG Battlegrounds and Call of Duty Mobile, these games are not just about stunning visuals, but also about delivering captivating experiences right in the palm of your hand. Whether you're racing through the streets in Asphalt 9 Legends, surviving against all odds in Ark Survival Evolved, or unraveling mysteries in Never-Ending Nightmare, each game on this list represents the pinnacle of mobile gaming graphics and innovation. So, whether you're a hardcore gamer or just looking for some visually stunning entertainment, these games are sure to impress. Thanks for joining us at Marvelous Gamers, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more gaming content. Keep gaming and keep on exploring these incredible virtual worlds.